Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep into Bitcoin today
Yeah,
to give you the breakdown of where things stand right now in the crypto world.
absolutely.
We've got some fascinating insights from recent analyses to dig
There's
into,
lots to unpack.
for sure, and you're not going to want to miss this.
Nope.
I mean, get this. Bitcoin just hit a record weekly close.
Oh, yeah.
A record close at $98,000.
Wow. That is a sign of the times for sure.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Well,
I mean, first things first, right? We got to acknowledge Bitcoin is still the king of the crypto hill right now.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where you say that's true?
Definitely. I mean, it's not just in terms of price,
Right.
but also in trading volume, overall market share. It's like the
Yeah.
early days of the internet, like
Yeah.
when companies like Google or Amazon were just starting to emerge as these
Yeah.
dominant forces.
Yeah. Totally. So let's talk about that $98,000 weekly close.
Okay.
Here, what happened there?
Well, a few things kind of came together, I think, to drive that surge.
Okay.
One major factor was the increased flow of capital into Bitcoin ETFs.
Right.
And these are investment funds that are traded on stock exchanges
Okay.
that track the price of Bitcoin,
Hmm.
which makes it much easier for everyday investors
Right.
to get involved.
Yeah.
So that's definitely playing a role. And, on top of that, we saw some long-term holders, those who have been holding Bitcoin for years,
Yeah.
decide to take some profits off the table.
Right. Cashing out a little.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Huh.
But I know that after that peak, there was a little bit of a dip.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
Yeah, so we call that a price retracement.
Okay.
And it's pretty typical in a market as dynamic as crypto.
Yeah.
I mean, prices don't just go straight up.
Right.
There are always going to be these periods of consolidation
Yeah.
and correction, almost like taking a breather before the next climb.
Yeah, like a little rest stop on the way up the mountain or something.
Exactly.
That's a good analogy. Well, this price surge, it's definitely caught the attention of some big players.
Oh, yeah.
One that comes to mind
Mm-hmm.
for me that really stands out is MicroStrategy.
Oh, yeah,
Have you heard about this?
for sure.
I mean, they've just put a ton of their money into Bitcoin.
Yeah, MicroStrategy is a fascinating case.
Yeah.
They are holding a staggering 386,700 Bitcoin, which is worth
That's a lot of Bitcoin.
almost $38 billion
Wow.
at current prices.
Jeez. Okay. So that's a bold move.
Is a bold bet. Yeah.
And it kind of suggests that they believe Bitcoin is more than just a passing fad, right?
Yeah, I mean, they might be looking at it as a hedge against inflation
Okay.
or betting on the long-term growth of digital payments.
Yeah. So, I mean, just their actions alone are adding a layer of legitimacy to Bitcoin, right? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, when a major company like that puts that kind of faith and that much capital behind Bitcoin, it sends a powerful message
sure.
to other institutional investors,
Right.
potentially driving, further adoption,
Hmm.
pushing the price even higher.
So, all this talk about Bitcoin going up, it's exciting and all,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of nerve-wracking,
Uh.
right? I mean, crypto is known for its volatility.
Right.
So how do you think people can navigate that? I mean,
Well, that's where understanding a bit of technical analysis can be super helpful.
okay.
Traders use all sorts of tools to try and predict
Yeah.
where the price might go next.
Okay.
A common one is the RSI,
Okay.
the Relative Strength Index,
Got it.
which is a way to measure the momentum of price changes
Okay.
and identify, potential overbought
Yeah.
or oversold conditions.
So it's kind of like a speedometer for the crypto market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But keep in mind,
Yeah.
technical analysis is just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
It's not foolproof. And it's essential to consider other factors like news events, overall market sentiment.
So would you say there's anything in the tea leaves, or in this case, the RSI,
Right.
that gives us a clue about where Bitcoin might be headed next?
Well, it's interesting because
Right.
some analysts believe Bitcoin could be at the end of a 2-year uptrend. So
Yeah.
we might see a correction, meaning,
Yeah.
a significant drop in price.
But haven't there always been predictions about Bitcoin crashing?
Yeah, I mean, there have been.
Oh,
This is a volatile asset class for sure.
Yeah.
But, understanding market cycles and historical patterns can be really helpful. I
Right.
mean, nobody has a crystal ball, but, combining technical analysis with fundamental analysis, keeping up with industry news,
Yeah.
it can give you a more informed perspective.
Where would you recommend people go to stay up to date on all this stuff?
Well, there are lots of great resources out there.
Hmm.
Websites, forums, newsletters, all sorts of places where you can find curated watch lists,
Okay.
expert discussions, latest news. But remember,
Yeah.
always consider the source.
Oh, okay.
Do your own research.
That's great advice. Okay,
Yeah.
so to kind of wrap up our deep dive today,
Yeah.
we see that Bitcoin is on a tear.
Uh-huh.
It's hitting these record highs.
Yeah.
Institutional adoption is rising with MicroStrategy, leading the charge.
Right.
But it's crucial to remember that the crypto market
Mm-hmm.
is unpredictable.
Very much so. Yeah.
What goes up can come down.
Exactly.
Staying informed is key.
Absolutely.
So do you have any final parting thoughts for our listeners today?
Yeah, I would just say, as you continue to explore this world,
Yeah.
here's something to think about.
Hmm.
Will Bitcoin maintain its upward trajectory,
Yeah.
or will a correction bring things back down to earth?
Mhm.
The answer probably lies in understanding those forces at play
Right.
and forming your own educated viewpoint.
Really interesting stuff. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely, anytime.
And remember, everyone, while crypto can be exciting,
Uh-huh.
always manage your risk
Please.
and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Yes.
Stay curious, stay informed, and happy diving.
Happy diving.